A city built for millions now breathes in silence. Traffic lights blink, street lamps flicker violently, and distant skyscraper glass cracks subtly. Something feels wrong, even the wind seems to hesitate. Rows of glowing apartment windows flicker unpredictably. Curtains twitch, as if brushed by unseen hands, and elevator lights blink on and off. Repeating routines for residents who vanished without warning. A smart intersection cycles red and green for cars that will never arrive. Papers swirl across the empty lanes. A lone traffic cone falls without cause, and shadows stretch unnaturally across asphalt. Storefronts glow faintly under flickering neon signs. Robotic display screens rotate endlessly, revealing mannequins twisted slightly in unnatural poses, as if frozen mid-action, while fully clothed figures stare silently at an empty street. A sleek metro entrance exhales mist onto cracked concrete. Escalators move slowly without passengers. Puddles reflect flickering lights, and shadows along tiled walls seem to stretch toward nothing, as if the station itself watches. An automated train glides silently on elevated tracks above empty streets. Doors open and close on schedule, yet no passengers step in. The shadows along the track seem to shift toward it. A rooftop garden glows faintly under dim ambient lights. Automated sprinklers drip mist over twisted plants, and broken benches cast elongated shadows across tiles, as if the rooftop itself is alive. A pristine parking structure hums with white LED guidance lights. Empty vehicles remain still, yet their reflections seem to move independently, and faint metallic echoes hint at a presence no one sees. Under a gray, overcast sky, an empty bus terminal glows with digital screens. Benches remain pristine, papers drift in the wind, and no footsteps break the oppressive silence. An automated car wash hums quietly, brushes spinning over empty lanes. Water splashes across reflective floors, and shadows of machinery twist unnaturally, as if the building itself watches for cars that never arrive. A pedestrian sky bridge connects mirrored towers silently. Escalators move without passengers, and reflections in glass panels stretch unnaturally, making empty corridors appear alive with unseen movement. Morning light washes over an empty financial district. Giant LED stock screens update continuously, yet no traders arrive. Flags flutter mechanically, casting long shadows that sway unnaturally across desolate sidewalks. Chandeliers glow faintly. Marble floors reflect the emptiness. Revolving doors spin slowly, and broken luggage carts sway in silent corridors, as if someone invisible just passed through. Endless server racks blink with synchronized lights. Cooling fans whir, yet hallways echo unnaturally. Shadows bend around corners, and cables sway as if unseen hands just brushed past. A deserted helipad glows under dull clouds. Landing lights flash without purpose. Torn caution tape whips in the wind, and shadows stretch unnaturally across painted symbols marking arrivals that never happen. An elite school building stands silent. Hallway lights flicker, classroom doors sway slightly, and chalkboards show faint smudges as if someone wrote messages that vanished before anyone could see. A rooftop playground for children sits empty. Swings sway gently in the wind. Rusted slides glint under dim lights, and shadows stretch unnaturally along walls, hinting at an invisible presence. A deserted overpass stretches above dark streets. Streetlights flicker, guardrails are cracked, and paper debris swirls across lanes. Echoes from broken traffic signs bounce unnaturally into the empty city below. A subway tunnel stretches into darkness. Dim lights flicker. Puddles reflect broken pipes above, and subtle vibrations ripple through the floor, as if unseen trains once moved through these abandoned tracks. Floor to ceiling windows reveal empty offices. Computer screens glow briefly before flickering off. Chairs tilt, and faint shadows shift across walls, as if the building itself is breathing in the silence. A rooftop infinity pool glimmers under dim city lights. Water ripples without wind. Pool chairs tilt slightly, and floating debris drifts as if guided by invisible hands, creating a surreal, uneasy atmosphere. The hospital hallway is sterile, yet unsettling. Ceiling lights flicker, doors to patient rooms sway, and wheelchairs rock gently alone, casting moving shadows that stretch toward nothing visible. An alley between skyscrapers is littered with cracked tiles and trash. Dim neon signs flicker intermittently, and shadows shift unnaturally along walls as though something unseen walks alongside the emptiness. A rooftop parking lot is illuminated by weak lamps. Cars are stationary, yet shadows beneath them stretch and sway, while empty shopping carts roll slowly as if pulled by invisible forces. Afternoon light shines over a city plaza. Water fountains sputter unpredictably, benches tilt, and pigeons seem frozen mid-step. Every movement feels unnatural in a space designed for bustling life, now utterly silent. Platform lights flicker as an empty train hums quietly on the tracks. Posters peel from walls, and scattered papers dance along tiles, echoing faintly through tunnels that should be full of noise. The lobby of a skyscraper glows faintly. Chandeliers sway as if breathed upon. Glass panels have cracks, spiderwebbing across them, and broken chairs tilt unnaturally toward open doors. Red beacon lights flash across the helipad. Loose caution tape flutters violently in wind. Puddles ripple without cause, and shadows stretch unnaturally toward city edges as though something watches from above. A pedestrian glass bridge is cracked along multiple panels. Shadows ripple beneath as if something walks across invisible tiles, and neon reflections distort unnaturally, amplifying the feeling that the bridge is alive. Office floors are spotless yet haunting. Monitors flicker erratically, chairs tilt, and papers float mid-air briefly. Shadows crawl along glass walls, giving the impression the building itself is aware of your presence. Tables and chairs remain perfectly set under dim neon lighting. Plates shift slightly as if nudged, wine glasses tilt, and shadows stretch across floors, hinting at invisible diners who never arrive. Rows of stalls glow under weak lights. Crates topple slowly, lanterns swing gently, and stray paper signs flutter as if caught in a silent breeze, amplifying the haunting emptiness of the market. Stairs leading underground are partially collapsed. Cracks spread across concrete, faint water drips echo, and shadows stretch in strange angles, creating a distorted perspective that makes the emptiness feel alive. Glass elevator doors slide open to an empty parking floor. Metallic reflections shift unnaturally, warning lights flicker, and the shaft seems deeper than possible, drawing the eye into a void. Morning sun filters through skyscrapers, illuminating an empty city square. Digital billboards update endlessly, fountains sputter, water irregularly, and scattered debris drifts with a strange, lifeless rhythm across the deserted plaza. Ventilation fans spin silently. Antennas cast distorted shadows over cracked tiles. Puddles reflect weak lights, and faint fog drifts as if the building itself exhales into the emptiness below. Plants sway gently in the breeze, sprinklers drip intermittently, and shadows from metal railings stretch across cracked tiles. The rooftop feels alive with unseen energy, though no one walks among the foliage. Elevator banks stand silent. Floor numbers flash irregularly, chairs tilt subtly, and reflections and polished floors warp unnaturally. The lobby feels as if it breathes, anticipating unseen movement among its empty walls. A glass corridor connects to towers. Cracks spiderweb across panels. Shadows bend oddly along walls, and debris drifts slowly, as if a silent storm moves unseen through the empty skyline. The city sprawls below, in silent darkness. Rooftop antennas sway, distant lights flicker, and shadows stretch across the edge, as if the city itself exhales. Tonight, no one walks its streets again.